Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Crypto Explorer. So it's been about a week since BlockShow been back, and I thought I'd make a recap video about my experience at BlockShow and the different projects I encountered and just the crypto space in general. So with the first thing that was really nice about BlockShow was everybody was really friendly and really open to tell us about their product or what their blockchain or what problem they were trying to fix with either their blockchain solution or product. It's really interesting to see so many folks so excited and with so much energy, especially in this down market that we've been in for such a long time. But one thought that came to my mind was that, you know, we are still in a very early stage of this technology, and kind of reminds me of in the .com era, in the beginning years. You know, there were so many technologies out there, so many companies that pioneered out there that are no longer here or not as big as they used to be. I remember back in the day we used to use the Lynx browser. It was a text-only browser, and Netscape Navigator was really popular, along with Eudora for email, and then you had Web Crawler to do web searches. Now today's internet looks totally different, and sometimes I feel that in the crypto space, that's where we're at right now, or probably even before that. So the hard part is, you know, most of these projects that we see today may not survive, but I think they are necessary. Legitimate blockchain projects are pioneers in this new decentralized frontier. Just like how most of the early players in the .com boom did not make it, it was them risking the journey that brought us to where we are today. Without them trying, most likely failing, but keep on trying, we're not going to get to, I guess folks would say, that decentralized utopia that we know is possible with blockchain technology. It'll take all these folks who are just willing to take that risk, to take that leap, to get us there. We probably won't get there right away, but without the steps taken by the folks that go out there, try to build a project, try to think of an idea, hopefully it gets adoption. They don't know, but they're just putting it out there. Without those kinds of people, we will not be able to move forward in this space.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a representative of Wattle Wallet. It's extended cryptocurrency wallet. Basically, this is a hardware device that will allow you to store over 100 cryptocurrencies in cold storage and give you instant access to online trading.
So this project, Wattle Wallet, it's not a token, not a blockchain. It is a hardware product that I found very interesting. So what Wattle Wallet does, and here's their website, it allows you to store your crypto on a hardware wallet, meaning it's not on an exchange, but still be able to trade with it, using it as a hardware interface to do your transactions. So if you look here, they're going to have a multi-currency exchange, and so that you can basically solve the problem of large exchanges that get hacked or compromised. Your funds are under your control. So they have a biometric finger scanner to I guess in place, like the ledger has the two buttons, so in here you'd have to use a fingerprint scanner. So it's pretty neat. It also has a mobile wallet, so you can take it wherever you go. It has Bluetooth, so if you want to do a quick trade on the go, you don't have to be on your computer. I think it comes out next year. Let's see over here. Alpha testing. open beta testing, and okay, launch in April. So yeah, one thing I'm kind of interested in, because I personally don't like to leave my stuff on exchanges, but if I could leave it on a secured hardware wallet and still trade at a moment's notice, that would be very awesome.
What's going on, guys? My name's Jason Deal.
And I'm Tommy Deal.
And we've created Crypto Chaos Cards, a breakthrough security product to protect your cryptocurrency offline.
So this project really caught my interest, and it is a way to, it's a system to secure your recovery phrase. So when you buy a hardware wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor, normally you have this little sheet where you write down your recovery phrase all in order and all the words on one piece of paper. Now the problem with that is if that paper is ever stolen physically stolen from your safe, your assets can be, your crypto assets can be easily stolen. Or if somebody picks the safe, takes a quick picture, and then it's done. What Crypto Chaos Cards does is provides you a system where you can hide your seed words, your recovery phrase in plain sight, where all you need to do is know one card out of the deck. So you would pick one card, say Ace of Clubs, and with that one card that you picked, you can see what pattern you need to use to recreate your recovery phrase. Now, the nice part is, in your safe, you'd be storing this whole deck of cards, and with that whole deck of cards, it's going to be mixed up with more recovery phrase words in there. So if somebody were to steal it, they would have to know that one card, and I guess they could technically try to recreate it, but it will take a long time, being that there's 52 different options, and you can even go further in making it a bit more complex in restoring or rebuilding your recovery phrase, from what I understand. And the reason why this particular project really caught my eye is because a couple of months ago, I was thinking about this, and I created this system. Now, granted, it's not as complex, and it's way easier to crack, of basically putting all the words in order, but spreading them among 4 cards, and then just knowing what order the 4 cards go into. Now, granted, it's more difficult for someone to recreate your recovery phrase than just having it on one sheet of paper, but it is way more easier to do it with 4 cards than the method that Crypto Chaos Cards is.
So we've been talking about it a lot.
Crypto Chaos Cards is wanting to use, and it's a really neat project. I will personally order some because it's it's one of those things why I didn't think of that. So here's their site, and then it has some information on how they do it, but it's a really I guess I would say clever project.
My name is Tyler Richards. I'm one of the co-founders of QUAN. QUAN is decentralizing the cloud. What we are trying to do is we are trying to build a fog network. A lot of people have not heard the terminology of the fog before.
So this is QUAN. This one grabbed my attention for a couple of reasons. One, there's some hardware involved. As you can see here, he's holding an Odroid. So what QUAN does is basically brings the cloud down, brings computing from the cloud to what they call the fog. Instead of having everything in a large centralized service like Amazon, Google, Azure, it will basically bring it down to individual users, spreading it out more sparsely. So I like the concept about it. It is a big change in terms of how cloud computing is, and especially with businesses. and certain regulatory requirements. For example, how do you put HIPAA or like health records or health data up in a distributed cloud? Questions like that, I don't think the regulatory side is ready. I'm not even sure if the hardware side or the infrastructure side for this type of technology is ready, but it is promising. I really like the idea of everybody being able to be a node in this vast network. Now, it's also got me thinking. I was telling Tyler about it as well. Like, how cool would it be? You have these, these Odroids for distributed computing, but if you want to take it to the next level, we need distributed networking. So right now, with networking, we have fiber, coaxial in older areas that is basically connecting networks together. In terms of local networks, like in a locality, and I'm not talking about like from transcontinental or whatever networks, but just in a locality, how cool would it be if you had these Wi-Fi nodes? So they make these outdoor Wi-Fi devices. Like, for example, this is a TP-Link one. It does 15-kilometer long range wireless. Now, how cool would it be if there was some kind of blockchain product that could have some kind of fog networking instead of cloud fog computing, but fog networking, where each home can put one of these devices on, and it's tokenized, and they're basically providing this big mesh network connecting all the homes, the offices within a community to this one large network on the blockchain. Now, I'm just throwing it out there as something that could be a possibility in terms of with using AI and also some kind of blockchain or some kind of tokenization to reward people for providing data back and forth, etc. So just something that maybe is probably down the line in a few years, where now you have fog computing where it's distributed instead of in the cloud, and then possibly fog networking where these devices, and they're not that expensive. I think they're like about $60-$70. Imagine in the future where every home or even a vehicle could have one, and as long as they're on the same blockchain for this decentralized fog network, everyone is connected and traffic is routed smartly through AI. Don't know how it will work yet, but just a thought. Anyway, the QUAN piqued my interest. I wish them luck. They did pitch their idea at the BlockShow, so I have not checked to see what was the results of that, but very interesting stuff. Well, that's it for this video. Just want to give some thoughts about BlockShow, about some projects that caught my eye. There's more that I still need to edit and upload that I'll be doing in the next couple of days, and I'll probably do another video covering those projects as well. Now, just want to put it out there that while I only highlighted 3 projects that caught my interest, that's not to say that the other ones that I encountered were not good or were not interesting. I mean, some of them kind of piqued my interest, but I don't have, I guess I didn't go so deep into them yet to get a better understanding. Like the buying.com looks really interesting. First thing that comes to my mind is that it's very ambitious, but I do still need to read the white paper on that to see what exactly is going on. Aqua Intelligence as well, in terms of what they're doing and the partnerships that they already have and where they're already in. I mean, they're already in Hilton. They have access to that, so that's kind of huge in terms of for me personally. If I were to buy their token, there's greater confidence in that project because of that team. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.